Hiya, Paul. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name's Paul and I'm a recovering drug and alcoholic user.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Okay, so obviously, with reference to your previous activities, shall we call them, particularly at co-op stores.
Yeah.
So, if I can ask you this question, what caused you to commit crime at the co-op?
Well, what caused me to commit crime? Basically, I was stuck in active addiction. I found it difficult to cope with myself. I found it difficult to live life without substances, and the obsession and the compulsion to use more led me to steal from the co-op.
Okay, thank you, Paul. What, if anything, Paul, deterred you at all from committing crime there at the co-op?
Um, if I'll be totally honest, nothing deterred me at the time. I was stuck in addiction, if I'll be honest, I used to try and justify my actions by saying, I'm only stealing from shops. I'm only stealing from the co-op. I'm not hurting nobody physically or mentally, as such. But obviously, after coming to treatment and learning a bit about myself and taking a look at my behaviours, I've come to realise that I was harming people. Putting people's jobs on the line. And with the loss of stock and stuff like that, and just the overall just bad behaviour around it, just being a menace to society really, and not I'm not doing the right thing, which I know that when I'm clean of substances, I'm capable of being a better person, and that's what I'm aiming to do.
Good stuff, Paul. Thank you. So, obviously, just briefly, talk about your journey, Paul, from active addiction into the recovery program and the offender to rehab program, and your time here at Livingston House, and what motivated you to engage.
Okay, well, I was a drug user, heroin, crack, also alcohol from a young age, the age of 17. At first, sort of enjoyed that lifestyle at first because it was new to me. I was young, didn't know any better, and it led me to a life of crime, in and out of the prison system. A couple of times a year for various shopliftings and stuff like that. And I always knew that I had a problem, but I just didn't know how to address the problem. And I had good intentions inside me, but I never had the strength within me to carry them out and get myself in the right place until I was introduced to the 12-step program through the treatment centre I went through. What led me to getting into treatment was a good friend of mine that's a police officer, and it sounds really mad of me to say that because obviously I've committed crime most of my life, but I generally class this man as a good friend. He's helped me a lot. Offered me a chance to come to treatment to address my problems and my behaviours, and to find a way out and get a better life for myself. And and in the end, it took me a few months to take him up on the offer, but in the end I did. And it's the best thing I've ever done for myself, do you know what I mean? For myself and my family. Obviously it has to start with me. Because if I can't do things for myself, I can't do things for the people I love in my life. And I decided to come to rehab, take a good look at my behaviours, learn a little bit about myself as to why I do things, and basically suppressing my feelings for all these years. Not wanting to deal with emotional feelings, not knowing a way to live life really, without turning to substances. And like I say, I came to treatment 6 months, and and the staff here showed me a way, and the lads in the treatment showed me a way, and we all helped each other get through and talk about our problems, our behaviour problems, and learn to get emotional with each other about stuff what affects us in our lives, and see our wrongs as well, where we've gone wrong in life. And you know, today I'm in a much better place mentally, physically, and you know, I just want to make amends to my family, myself, my family, and also to society, you know, because I've been a bit of a nuisance over the years, you know, and I am a good person at heart, you know. Once I'm clean and all them substances and alcohol out of my system, I'm a different person. I still have to check on my behaviours and address my thinking at times, but that's part of the addiction, and I feel I'm on the right page today. And yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Well done, Paul. Thank you very much for your honesty there, and thank you very much for taking part in this wee short film, even though there's a skip unloading behind us at the window. Paul, thank you very much, and all the best, and keep up with what you're doing. You're doing great. We're all proud of you. Well done, mate. Take care.